Hi, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this video course is very special. It's 99 mistakes in English, but not for beginners, but for high levels. Intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced. So I remember that you asked more lessons for high levels, and if you support this idea, we can make a playlist for intermediate students on grammar and vocabulary, and also for beginners. Okay, and you know that we have a great video, 200 mistakes in English, right? And also have a look at 111 mistakes in English for beginners. However, this video is different. It's for higher levels. So really, you'll see new mistakes, new sentences, new examples for intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced levels. Okay? So can you find all these mistakes? It's a very good and interesting question. So you know that you can make a pause, you can stop the video and try to do it. You can try to find these mistakes, check your knowledge. So let's speak English correctly. It's very important to do it, okay? So the first one, okay? So I'll read it and try to find this mistake, try to correct it. So each of these sentences actually contains or contains a mistake. So there is a mistake in each of these sentences, okay? So if I would have $1 million, I would buy a house in the center of the city, okay? Look, if I would have $1 million, I would buy a house in the center of the city. Yeah, a good idea. So, do you have these, these $1 million? So if not, I think not. Yeah, so it's in our imagination. And if we imagine, we imagine it, and we talk about the present. So it's unreal. So if so, you need to use the second conditional. Conditional. Do you remember how we form it? So if plus past simple, in the first part, and then would or could, plus would or could plus verb. Okay, so it's the second conditional. Please remember. So if plus past simple, so the verb is have, So how to say it in past simple? Have. It's had. Okay, so it's had, and you need to say if I had. Okay, so if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I would buy a house in the center of the city. Right, would plus verb. It's correct, okay? So it's correct now. If I had $1 million, I would buy a house in the center of the city. So we imagine, so it's present unreal, the second conditional, right? If plus past simple, would or could plus verb. Okay, next. So whenever you will be, I'll miss you. So what does it mean? Whenever? Who knows? So it doesn't mean where you are, or it doesn't matter actually. Where you'll be doesn't matter. So maybe you'll be in my city or in another city, so in this country or in another country. So I'll miss you, I love you. So the idea is clear. The problem is grammar, right? So what is wrong? Who knows? Well, you need to remember that if you have whenever, so you need to use present simple. Although you talk about the future. So you need to correct it. So whenever you are, right? So you're talking about the future. We see it looking at the second part of the sentence, I'll miss you, but we need to use present simple in the first part of the sentence. So whenever you are, I'll miss you. Okay, well done. So what is next? I want you go to the party with us. Okay, I want you go to the party with us. So the idea is clear that I'm going to the party, and it's a good idea if you join me. Okay, so that is clear. So what's incorrect? What's incorrect? So you need to remember the structure. Want somebody to do something. Want somebody to do something. Okay, so want somebody to do something. So you need to put to before a verb to. Okay, so I want you to go to the party. Then you say I want you to go to the party. It means that, yeah, I'll be happy if you join me, if you go there. Okay, I want you to go to the party. Well, so number 4, he was breaking his leg while he was working in the garden. Well, it's in the past, you see. So it's past continuous. You see past continuous, yeah, in the first part of the sentence or in the first clause and in the second clause. Yeah, but we need to understand, really, is it really so? Is it really so? Okay, so he was breaking his leg while he was working in the garden. Okay, so he was working in the garden. So I think it's a long action. It's a long action. It's a long action. And he was breaking his leg. Well, you know that I don't think that it's a long action. I think it's a short action, yeah? So I can't say that he was breaking and breaking and breaking his leg. So it happened. Yeah, it happened, you know, yeah, very quickly. So it's a short action. And, you know, if it's a short action, we need to use another tense. Not past continuous, but past simple, right? So you need to say he broke. Okay, he broke his leg while, so you see it's past simple. He broke his leg while he was working in the garden. So it's past continuous, okay? So he was working in the garden, and then suddenly he broke his leg. Okay, yeah, that's clear. Next, so I very much enjoyed the party. So enjoyed means that I really liked it. I really liked it. Okay, so can you see this mistake? It's about the word order. It's about the correct or the right word order. Okay, so we say very much, we put it in the end. So I enjoyed the party very much. So this way, I enjoyed the party very much. Yeah, okay, we put it in the end. Well, so the next mistake is very common. It's, yeah, this mistake, or you know, this mistake is very common. Okay, what other words do you know which mean more or less the same? Okay, so this mistake is very what? Is very common. Or if you don't know this word, yeah, what other words can you actually say instead, which has a similar meaning? So word which has a similar meaning, common or widespread, or typical. So this mistake is very common, this mistake is very widespread, this mistake is very typical. Please remember one thing, really, it's very important. So if the action you know, started in the past and it's still happening now, you need to use present perfect continuous. So let's write it down. So very important information, extremely important information. Okay, so if the action started happening in the past, or started in the past, and it's still happening, or it's still going on, or it's still going on, or happening, so it's the same. We need to use present perfect continuous. Okay, we need to use present perfect continuous, and you see that this word, these two words, okay, how long, or this phrase, this short phrase tells us about it. So we use present perfect continuous with how long. Okay, really, look, if the action started in the past and it's still going on, or it's still happening, we use present perfect continuous. The problem is that students continue making this kind of mistake again and again. So we often, use this kind of question in our daily English conversation: how long, how long, how long, and really, I believe that it's better, to learn most common English mistakes, and you won't make these mistakes any longer. So it's so important, right? So please remember one thing: how long. So if you have how long and the action started in the past, and it's still happening, so you need to use present perfect continuous. Okay, so let's speak English. Not only fluently, but correctly or accurately. Well, good. So, and we say, so how long have you been? How long have you been? Then you need to add verb. Then you need to add a verb plus ing. Then you need to add a verb plus ing. Okay? So, as you see, as you understand, okay, as you guess, so as you might know, so how long have you been plus verb plus ing. Okay, so you see, how long have you been, if it's if it's about you, if it's about it, how long has it been. Okay, so how long has it been raining? How long has it been raining? Okay, really great job, my congratulations. Okay, how long has it been raining? Well done. Please remember it. Not this way, it's incorrect. I hope you understand it. You just need to remember this rule. Okay, so if the action started in the past and it's still going on or happening, you need to use present perfect continuous. So we use it with how long. Okay, so how long did you wait for me? How long did you wait for me? So it's the same situation. So you need to use how long have you been plus verb plus ing. So you need to use this structure. Okay, so how long have you, how will you say it? Please tell me. How long have you, what is next? Been, verb, wait plus ing, waiting. How long have you been waiting for me? Okay, only this way. Okay, next. How long did you stay here? It's the same mistake. Okay, so how will you say it correctly? How long have you been staying here? How long have you been staying here? So it's correct now. Well, so what is next? So how long are you here, and how long do you work here? So you know that this sentence number 9 is a little bit more difficult, and you will see why. So I hope that you understood this rule and you can use it very effectively. Anyway, try to say it correctly. Okay, so how long have you, look, some students try to say it this way: how long have you been plus verb. So what verb? Be in. Yes, here. But we can't say so. So normally we don't use normally we don't use, be in continuous. So if we don't use a verb, if we don't use this or that verb in continuous, we need to use present perfect instead. Okay, so we use present perfect if if a verb doesn't have a continuous form, doesn't have a continuous form. Okay, doesn't have a continuous form. We use present perfect, so not this structure but this structure. So what is present perfect? How long have you plus the third form, or we also call it past participle. We also call it past participle. So it's a very important thing. Okay, so how long have you, and past participle of be is been. So how long have you been here? Only this way. So it's very important to understand English grammar, but to be honest, I think it isn't so difficult. Yeah, so the rules are quite simple. You just need to understand them. Well, the next sentence, how long do you work here? How long do you work here? So you know the structure, and you need to say how long have you been working here? How long have you been working here? So you see, only this way. How long have you been working here? Well, next. So what is next? How long do you learn English, and how long are you married? Okay, so I think that this sentence is quite simple. Just keep in mind, this structure. Okay, so you see, and I hope you understood it very clearly, that we need to say how long, then have you been plus verb. So what verb? Learn plus ing. How long have you been learning English? And I can say, for example, for 5 years. For 5 years, okay? For 5 years. Well, so the second sentence, how long are you married? So can you correct this sentence? Can you correct this sentence? It's really more difficult, so I'll help you. Don't worry. So we have this verb be. So to be married, you see, the form of to be are, and we need to use this rule. So if this verb doesn't have a continuous form, you need to use present perfect. So how long have you plus past participle. Okay, so how long have you been? How long have you been married? How long have you been married? So only this way. Only this way. So our correct sentences are the following. How long have you been learning English? Right? So we remember this structure. And we also remember one more structure if a verb doesn't have a continuous form. Okay? So how long have you been married? How long have you been married? Well, okay, so what is next? How long have you been knowing each other? Well, if you look at the sentence, you may think it's correct. You see the structure, how long have you been, verb plus ing. But you also need to know that this verb doesn't have a continuous form, So you need to say, what? So yeah, first of all, we need to remember this structure. How long have you been? Yeah, how long have you been? No, why how long have you been? So we need to remember this structure. So what structure? How long have you? So let's this structure. How long have you been? How long have you been? Or how long have you been, or how long have plus subject plus past participle. Okay, we can type it again, no problem. Okay, so how long have you plus past participle, or plus the third form, plus past participle or plus the third form. So no is the first form, so what is the second form? New. And what is the third form? It's noun, or we also call it past participle. So you need to use this structure, and let's correct it. So how long have you known? How long have you known? Okay, how long have you known each other? Well done. Well, the second sentence is I learned English for 7 months. Well, it's the same rule. So you need to remember that such phrases, such words as how long, for, and since, so often tell us that we need to use present perfect continuous. But the most important thing is the following. So if the action started in the past and is still going on, we need to use present perfect continuous. So this is the most important rule. Okay, so really, I started learning English 7 months ago, and I'm still doing it. I'm still learning English. So we see the idea of present perfect continuous. We also see for, these words often tell us that we need to use this tense. So let's correct it. We just need to know how we form present perfect continuous. I think it isn't so easy. The most difficult thing is to understand that we need to use this tense. So the formation of this tense isn't so difficult, has been plus verb plus ing. So, and you will say I have been, the verb learn plus ing. I have been learning English. I have been learning English for 7 months. Okay, well done. So it's correct now, but not this way. Not this way. As you understand, it's incorrect. So not present simple, we need to use present perfect continuous. Well, so 15, I didn't see you from last year. Okay, so what is wrong? So we need to say since last year, since last month, okay, since last week, and so on. And it's also true, and so you see that we need to use another tense. Yeah, right. So it's also true now. So we see with the connection with the present. So we see this word since, and this word tells us that we need to use present perfect. Present perfect. I hope you remember how we form this tense. Have or has plus past participle. Have or has plus past participle. Okay, so I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you since, not from, since last year. I haven't seen you since last year. I haven't seen you since last year. So haven't seen and since. So two mistakes. We see two mistakes in this sentence. Well, as usually, I went to bed late. Yeah, it's a good phrase, but you need to be more precise. So we say as usual, not as usually. We say usually, but as usual. Okay, as usual. As usual, I went to bed late. 17. It's a very huge building. So is it okay or not? So what does huge mean? It means very big. It means very big. So huge means very big. So it's a strong adjective. Strong adjective. And I also hope that you remember this rule that we can't use very with strong adjectives. So you can't say very wonderful, okay? You can't say very wonderful, okay? You can't say very amazing, so you can't say it. So you use another word instead of very. So what is this word? It's absolutely, okay? It's absolutely. So you need to use absolutely if you want to make it sound stronger. So absolutely wonderful, absolutely amazing. So this building is absolutely huge, or but generally we just say huge. It's a huge building without very. If you want to make it sound stronger, we say absolutely, but not very. It's a huge, yeah, it's a huge building. Well, next, she burst into laughing. Okay, so let's get back to one of our favorite topics, phrasal verbs. So if you need more videos on phrasal verbs, please let me know, and we'll make a new great playlist on different phrasal verbs. Get with 15 prepositions, or take with 10 or 12 prepositions. It's so easy, and we'll cover all these phrasal verbs. And I also have one more interesting idea. So let me tell you what this idea is all about. To actually record some videos on phrasal verbs related to some topics, for example, money, relationships, and so on. Okay, so if it's interesting for you, please let me know. Okay, so she burst into laughing. So what does it mean? So it means that she started laughing suddenly. So it's this idea. She started laughing. She started laughing suddenly, and you just need to remember how we form these phrasal verbs. So if you have a verb, you say burst out plus verb plus ing. If you have a noun, you use burst into plus noun. For example, burst into tears, burst into laughter. Okay, she burst into. So you have a verb, so you need to use the first one. Okay, so burst out. So you can say she burst out laughing, or she burst into, laughter. Okay, so two possible ways. She burst out laughing, or she burst into laughter. Burst out plus verb plus ing, or burst into plus noun. For example, burst into tears, laughter. Next, she burst out tears. Okay, so we know this rule. So if you have a noun, you use burst into, not burst out. Okay, she burst into tears. So, or she burst out crying. She burst out crying. It means that she started crying suddenly. Well, so the next mistake is also very important, and the students make this mistake again and again. So it was a 5 hours journey. So, well, not 5 hours, a 5-hour journey. It was a 5-hour journey. Please remember it. It was a 5-hour journey. We say it this way. Next, he said he made a terrible mistake. Okay, so it's about English tenses. It's about English tenses. So what tense is it? He said. It's past simple. Okay, it's past simple. And he made, what tense is it? It's also past simple. Okay, let's look at this situation. He said he made a terrible mistake. Okay, he said he made a terrible mistake. So first he made, then he said. Okay, first he made, then he said. First he made, then he said. So the second action is one time before. The second action is one time before, and so you need to use past perfect. Okay, Okay, so what is past perfect? It had plus past participle or the third form. So you need to use past perfect. So had plus past participle. Okay, make, made, made. So made is the third form, so we have had made. Yeah, he said he had made a terrible mistake. Good. Well, next. She found out that he was there yesterday. Okay, so she found out, or yeah, she knew about that. So it's past simple. And you also see was, it's past simple. So she found out that he was there yesterday. So what mistakes can you see? So what action happened earlier? Okay, so he was there yesterday, so first, and second, she found out. So it's one time before. You need to use past perfect, okay? So had plus past participle or the third form. So, you know, be, so was, were, it's in past simple, was, were, it's in past simple, and what is past participle? It's been. So you need to say had been. She found out that he had been there yesterday. So is it right or not? Right? Absolutely or not absolutely? Not absolutely. So there is one more mistake. So it's, you know, it's about indirect speech. Okay? It's about indirect speech, and you know that we change yesterday to the day before in indirect speech. So you need to say the day before. Look, maybe, yeah, you think that you can leave it as it is, so yesterday. But just imagine it, that she found out maybe a year ago. Yeah, a year ago she found out it a year ago, and you use yesterday. But yesterday isn't, isn't about, that past a year ago. It should be the day before. The day before. Okay, she found out that he had been there the day before. So be, was, were, been, and we are choosing been. Well, it was said already. Okay, so really, let's talk about passive voice. Let's talk about passive voice and have a look at our playlist and videos on grammar. So 20 English tenses forms, yeah, so we actually study active and passive voice. So it was said already, so you need to use passive voice. The problem is that most students can form passive voice in present simple, in past simple, and in future simple, but you know, we see another situation here. So it's already. So if you have already, you need to use present perfect. So we need to use present perfect passive. So what is it and how do we form it? So has, have or has plus been plus past participle plus past participle. Okay, so not was. You can't say so, not was. Okay, not was. You need to say it has. Okay, let's say it without already first. It has been said. It has been said, and you know that we put already in the middle. It has already been said. It has already been said. Yo, it's correct now. Next, she was just criticized. She was just criticized. Okay, so it's about passive voice again. And you also need to know that we use present perfect with just. We use present perfect with just. Yeah, we see the connection. We see the connection with the present. So present perfect. Okay, so we need to use present perfect passive again. So you can't say so. It's incorrect because of just. You need to use present perfect passive, and you see how we form it. So have or has plus been plus past participle. Well, so she has, he, she, it has been, let's say it without just first. Okay, she has been criticized. She has been criticized, and we put just in the middle. So you know that we put already and just in the middle. Okay, so she has just been criticized. She has just been criticized. She has just been criticized. So only this way. Well, so it wasn't produced yet. It wasn't produced yet, so it's the same situation. So we have yet. And what does it mean? And what does it mean? Okay, we have yet, so what else? What else? So what does it mean? Okay, so we need to use present perfect again. We need to use present perfect again with yet. So you know how we form it. The problem is that actually we need to use a negative form. Okay, so haven't or hasn't been plus past participle. Okay, so not this way, not past simple, no. Okay, let's say it using present perfect passive. It hasn't been, then past participle. So you know that produce is a regular verb, so produce, produced. So you know that the second form is the same as the third one, yeah, for all irregular verbs. So it hasn't been produced, we need this form. Okay, it hasn't been produced. It hasn't been produced yet. It hasn't been produced yet. It's correct now. Well, and let's look at the next sentence. So when I came to her, she was talking on the phone for 2 hours. Okay, so it's about the past. When I came to her, it's a short action, and I was talking on the phone, it's a long action. Yeah, past continuous, participle and past continuous. So what's wrong really? Do you see this mistake? So we have 4. So if we didn't have it, yeah, if we didn't have it, it would be okay. So you can say when I came to her, she was talking on the phone, yeah. So past simple and past continuous, but you have 4. You have for 2 weeks, and it's a sign. It's a sign, yeah, or it's a signal. Okay, what signal? That we need to use another tense, not past continuous, but past perfect continuous. So if it's one action in the past, yeah, and you see 4, so you need to use past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous. So had been plus verb plus ing. Not she was talking. She had been talking on the phone for 2 hours. Only this way, okay? When I came to her, she had been talking on the phone for 2 hours. So it's a long action in the past, and you have 4. So it's this condition, and yeah, only this way. Good. Good job. Well, I'm used to learn English every day. I'm used to learn English every day, and I used to go cycling quite often when I was a kid. Well, to correct these mistakes, you need to know 2 different structures, okay? So be used to something, or be used to doing something, and used to do something. 2 different structures. So what does it mean? Yeah, to do something. Be used, or to be used to doing something. It means that it became normal for you. So it became normal to you. It's okay for you now. It became normal. to you. It became normal. It's okay. It became normal. It's okay. Yeah, and used to do something. Yeah, to be used to the form of to be. It's usually am, is, or are. It's if it's about the present. Okay, am, is, or are, and used to do something. It's about the past. It's about the past. You did it in the past, but you aren't doing it now, or you don't do it any longer. Okay, so you did it in the past. You did it in the past, but you don't do it. But you don't do it anymore, or any longer. Any longer. Okay, so good. Well, so look, I'm used to learn English every day. So it means that I started doing it and it became normal. It's okay, yeah? But please look at this structure. We say to be used to doing, ing. Please don't forget to use I'm used to learning English. I'm used to learning English every day. Yeah, it's okay. So it's okay for me. Okay. And so look at the second sentence. I used to go in cycling quite often when I was a kid. So it's about the past. It's about the past. Yeah, when I was a kid, a distant past, and I don't do it any longer. So you need to use this structure. So it's the first structure, and it's the second structure. Used to do something. Okay, I used to go without ing. I used to go cycling quite often when I was a kid. So it's about the past, and the first structure is about the present. Well, I'm accustomed to study very hard, or he got accustomed to visit her daily. Well, you see that yeah, it's really difficult, not for beginners, but anyway, we'll try to understand it. So you know this structure. You know this structure, okay? I hope so. To be used to doing something, it became normal, it's okay. And this structure means the same. It means absolutely the same. So you can say to be used to doing something, or to be accustomed. To be accustomed, or to be accustomed to something, or to be accustomed to doing something. It's the same. Okay, so it's the same structure. So I'm accustomed to studying. I'm accustomed to studying very hard. Or you can also say I'm used to. I'm used to studying very hard. I'm used to studying very hard, okay? So you can say to be used or to get used. It's also okay, yeah? So to be used or to get used, to be accustomed, or to get accustomed. So we often use get, yeah, when we talk about the past. Look, he got accustomed, yeah, to doing, okay, to visiting her. He got accustomed to visiting her daily, or he got used. So he got accustomed or he got used, it's the same, yeah? As you know that accustomed, it sounds a little bit more formal, okay? So just, you know, you need to know the structures. Next. So it may happen yesterday, and he might saw her last week, okay? It's about modal verbs. It's about modal verbs. You see. It may happen yesterday. So, you know, if you need to use may or might in the past, or you need to use may have or might have plus the third form or plus past participle, yeah? So you can say, you know, it may happen, talking about the future, so it means maybe it will happen. But if it's about the past, you need to use another structure. Look, it may have happened. It may have happened yesterday. So what does it mean? It means maybe it happened, it means maybe it happened yesterday. Well, the next one, he might saw her last week. So it's the same situation. So this modal verb, yeah, about the past, yeah, it's about the past. So you see, he might plus have plus past participle, see, saw, seen. He might have seen her last week, or maybe he saw her last week. So only this way, and these two sentences are incorrect, unfortunately. Well, he should visit her yesterday. It's the same situation, so should in the past. So how will you say should in the past? So should have plus past participle, okay? Should have plus past participle. So he should have plus past participle visited. Visited. So he should have visited her yesterday. So it's okay. Good. And you see, he cut his hair. Yeah. So, you know, if you say so, he cut his hair, it means that, yeah, he took a pair of scissors and then he cut his own hair. But I think that, in fact, he didn't do it well. So, actually, someone else did it, yeah? Another person did it. So, and in this case, you need to use the structure have something done. Have something done, okay? So he had his hair cut. He had his hair cut. He had his hair cut. Have something done. So not he cut his hair, but he had his hair cut. Okay? Very important structure. And he repaired his car. So maybe his car broke down, yeah? He repaired his car, but not with his own hands, okay? Not with his own hands. So someone did it for him, and if someone did it for him, you need to use have something done. So he had, how will we say it? He had his car repaired. He had his car repaired. Okay, very good, really very good. He had his car repaired, but it isn't correct, as you see. Well, next, you would better stay at home. So I want to give you some advice, and you need to remember that we say you'd better. It's okay to use a short form. So if you want to use a full form, you need to use that you'd means you had. You'd better or you had better, but not would, okay? So you'd better stay at home or you had, yeah, we usually say this short form, you'd better stay at home. If it's a full form, you had better, but not would. You had better stay at home. Okay, you had rather put it off. So it's a phrasal verb, you know, please have a look at our playlist of phrasal verbs. So it means, put off means to do it later. So, and we say what? Not had rather, but would rather. We use it when we want to give, you know, some advice. So, you would rather put it off. Next, I wish I know all the truth. So, it's about the second conditional. And this structure with I wish. So you need to know that we use I wish, and then you use a subject. Okay, then you use a subject, for example, I, and past simple, because it's unreal. It's unreal about the present. Okay? It's unreal about the present. So, and you need to say, I wish I knew all the truth, because it's unreal. It means that I don't know all the truth, but you know, it's my dream, it's my wish. I wish I knew. I wish I knew all the truth. Next. Good. So, I wish he didn't come yesterday. I wish he didn't come yesterday. So, it's my wish about the past. So, you know that it's our wish. If we're talking about the second conditional, it's our wish about the present. And if we have a wish about the past, we need to use not conditional free, or not conditional, not the second conditional, but the third conditional. And we form it this way: I wish plus subject, I wish plus subject plus past perfect, plus past perfect. So what is past perfect? It's had plus the third form, or you know that we also call it past participle, okay? So it's unreal, but not about the present. It's unreal about the past, okay? So the third conditional, okay? You see, I wish he didn't come yesterday. It's my wish about the past. It means that he came yesterday, but really I wish he what? Had plus past participle or hadn't. I wish he hadn't come. I wish he hadn't come yesterday, okay? Next, the money were paid. The money were paid. So it's okay, yeah, it's passive voice. It's, you see, it's passive voice, past simple, it's okay. But there is one small, or maybe not small, mistake. So the problem is that the money is singular. The money is singular in English. The money is singular in English. So the money is, or the money was, yeah? He, she, it was. The money was paid. The money was paid. Okay, next. It can be due later. It can be due later. And it can be say now. Well, it's about passive voice. It's also about passive voice, but with modal verbs. With modal verbs. It's about passive voice, but with modal verbs. Okay? How do we form it? Okay? So if it's about the present, so can, should, must be plus past participle. You know that we always use past participle with passive voice. Can, should, must be plus past participle. Okay? So it means that it's by someone. Okay? It can be plus past participle. So you know, do, did, done, and we need the third form, past participle. So it can be done. It can be done. It can be done later. It can be done later. Okay? It can be done later. It means by someone. So we use passive voice. It can be say now. Yeah, you know that it's passive voice. We always need these. Yeah, past participle. Say. So say, said, said. Okay, and we need said. So it can be said. It can be said now. It's okay. Well, next, it should be mentioned. It's the same situation. It's the same situation. Passive voice with modal verbs. You see, it should be mentioned. It means by someone. So should be plus the third form. So you know that mention is a regular verb. Yeah, this verb is regular. So the second form is mentioned, and it's the same as the third form. You see, this the same. We need this, so it should be mentioned. Yeah, don't forget about it. It's very important. Ed. It should be mentioned. Next, he said he will come tomorrow. Yeah, he said he will come tomorrow. We call it reported speech. We call it reported speech when we report something. When we report something, reported speech, or it has another name, so reported speech, or you know, you can also meet indirect speech. So if you really want, you know, a playlist on full English grammar for beginners, I mean short videos. What is short? 20, 30 minutes, maximum 40. Please let me know, and we can create these two playlists for beginners, elementary students, and for intermediate students. And with practice, I mean some exercises. So it's up to you. Well, so reported or indirect speech, and you know that if we retell, it's when we retell something, and the most important rule is that you need to use one time before, okay? And you see that we have will, we need to use one time before, and we change will to would, okay? So you can say, okay, so if it were, so direct speech, you can say, he said he will come tomorrow. But if it's indirect speech, not direct, you need to change will to would, and so you have, you see, he said he would come tomorrow, would come, okay? He said he would come tomorrow, so it's really very important. Well, she said she will keep her promise. So you see, it's reported speech again, and we need to do what? To change will to would. So she said she would keep her promise. We change will to would. Okay, I have no idea where is it. Okay, yeah, I can say I have no idea, and I can say where is it, but yeah, we say I have no idea where is it, so it's indirect question, and we need to actually use the correct word order. We need to use the correct word order. So what is it? Subject and then object, subject and object, okay? So if you have something before a question word, so where is a question word? So you need to use the correct word order. So subject, it and is, okay? So I have no idea where it is. Good. Can you tell me where does she live? Okay, it's the same thing. It's an indirect question. Can you tell me? Because we have something before this question word where. So you need to use the correct word order. So can you tell me where? Subject, she lives. Can you tell me where she lives? Next. He told me not wait for him. Okay? So he told me not wait for him. So do you see this mistake? Okay, so you can say, okay, can you say he told me wait for him? No, because it's in infinitive. So it's in infinitive, and you need to use, to plus verb, infinitive. You need to use to plus verb, and it's the same in a negative sentence. So he told me not to wait. He told me not to wait for him. So if it's an infinitive, you need to use to plus verb, okay? He told me not to wait for him. So next, they said us the following, okay? So we say something, it's okay. So I can say they said the following, it's okay, but we tell someone something. So if you see someone, we need to use tell, okay? So they told us the following. So you can say they told us the following, or they said the following. But if you have us, someone, you need to use told. They told us the following, okay? Next, they told us not go there. It's the same thing, okay? You see, it's about infinitive, so you need to plus verb, okay? Or not plus 2 plus verb if it's a negative form. So they told us not to go. They told us not to go. They told us not to go there. Well, so who did say it and who does know the answer? You know that if we want to form a question, we use do or does, right? Do or does in present simple and did in past simple, okay? So, you know, so where do you live? Yeah, where does she live? So how did it happen? And so on, right? So I hope that you agree with me. So if you have a question with who, so and the answer, for example, he or she or they, yeah? So you don't need this, you don't need this, we don't use it, okay? We don't use it. So we don't use it, we don't need it. So, okay, so you don't need it. You don't need it, so we don't use do or does or did with who if the answer, for example, he, she or they. And how to say it correctly? So it's easy. So if it's in the past, you just need to use the past form of say. So say, said, okay? Who said it? Who said it? Who does know the answer? So you just need to use the right form in present simple. And many students also say who know the answer, but it's also incorrect, and I will tell you why. You know that who means he, she or it, and if it's he, she or it, we need to add s. Please don't forget to add s, okay? Who knows? Who knows the answer? Who knows the answer, right? So what did happen? So the same thing. So we don't need to do or does or did here. So, and we'll say, okay, and we'll say what happened. What happened? What happened? So the same is the same story. What happened? So the next mistake is really very common. I don't know why, but I hear it again and again. So it happened from me. You know that you need to remember that we use, certain prepositions after some verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, and you need to memorize. So we say happened to, okay? So it happened to me. We say it happened to me, not from, okay? It happened to me. It happened to me. Next. Avoid to talk to her, and he gave up to drink alcohol. Well, it's about to and ing. You know that we use, ing with some verbs. We say avoid doing something, avoid doing something. So not to do, avoid doing something. You just need to remember it. And you should say avoid talking to her. It means don't talk to her, try not to talk to her, avoid talking to her, avoid doing something. And let's look at the second one. So he gave up to drink alcohol. So you know that we also say give up doing something, give up doing something. So it's a phrasal verb. It means to stop doing something. And I hope that you remember this rule. We talked about it. Please have a look at our playlist on phrasal verbs. So if you have a preposition, not to, another preposition, and there is a verb, so you need to use ing. It's a rule. So you say give up doing something, go on doing something, go on doing something. It means continue doing something. Take up doing something, okay? Take up doing something. It means start doing something. It's a rule. So if you have a verb after a preposition but not to, okay, you need to use ing, okay? So I hope that's clear. So, as you know, we are strong together. And so you should say it, he gave up drinking. He gave up drinking alcohol. So only this way, he gave up drinking alcohol. Well, he took up play tennis. Yeah, we talked about it that give up means stop doing something and take up means start doing something. And you also remember our rule. So take up doing something and we need to use ing. He took up playing tennis. Okay, next. He is afraid of go there. So, is this preposition correct or incorrect? Correct. We say afraid of something or afraid of someone, and you also see that we have this rule. So, if there is a verb, let's write it down because really this rule is extremely important. If there is a verb, and a preposition before it, and a preposition before it, not to, so not to, okay, not to, or we need to use what? Not to, or we need to add ing. We need to add ing, yeah, after the verb. It's very important information. Yeah, look, if there is a verb, yeah, there is a verb and a preposition before it, yes, there is a preposition before it. Not to, it's off. We need to add in, yeah, or ing. Let's do it. I'm afraid of going there. I'm afraid of going there. Okay, next. I forgot my bag at home. Okay. I forgot my bag at home. So we forget something in our mind. We forget something in our mind. For example, I forgot to call him. I forgot to call him. I forgot to call him. We forget something in our mind, yeah? If it's about things, material things, yeah? If it's about material things are not only in our mind, okay? Not only in our mind, but real things. So real situation, so real things, real situation, we use another verb. Not forget, but leave. Leave, left. So we say I left my bag at home. I left my bag at home. Next. He suggests to go there. No. We say suggest doing something. So, yeah, it's incorrect. Okay? So he suggests going there. He suggests going there. So he suggests going to the cinema. He suggests going to the park. And so on. He suggests going there. Well, he suggests us to join him. It's another structure. So I hope that you remember. We talked about it. Suggest doing something. Yeah. If it's one subject. Okay. If it's one subject. For example, he suggests doing it. If it's one subject. If there are two subjects. We need to use another structure. Look, he suggests that we, for example, that we go there, or that we should go there. So look, you use in this case, or in this sentence, or in this example, you use present simple, or yeah, we go or should plus verb, or we should go there. Okay, let's do it. So he suggests, yeah, us, yeah, he suggests. So let's correct it. he suggests that we join him, or you can also say he suggests that we should join him. Okay, good. So what about the next sentence? I will take this exam in spite I'm not ready. Okay, you need to know this structure. We say in spite of the fact, or despite the fact, despite the fact. So I will take this exam in spite of the fact that, yeah, and don't forget to use that. In spite of the fact that, in spite of the fact that, right, that I am not ready. So it means although. So I will take this exam although I am not ready. So I will take this exam, but I'm not ready. So I'm not ready, but I'll take this exam. Please remember it that we say in spite of the fact and despite the fact that. Okay, good. Well done. So although. Good. So 63. I'll try to do it despite of your warnings. Okay, you see. You need to remember these very useful phrases, okay? In spite of or despite, yeah, without a preposition. So you can say despite your warnings, or in spite of, or in spite of, or in spite of your warnings. It means the same, two possible ways. I'll try to do it despite your warnings, or I'll try to do it in spite of your warnings. Well done. So next, he can pass this test in spite to be lazy. Well, it's also about in spite and in spite of and despite, but it's a more difficult thing because there is a verb. So there is a verb be. So if there is a verb, you need to use another structure, in spite of doing. In spite of doing something, in spite of doing something, or despite doing something. Okay, despite doing something. Yeah, first of all, we need to correct the following. So we say despite, but in spite of. Yeah, please don't forget to put of. And we use doing. So the verb plus ing, in spite of being lazy. So he can pass this test in spite of being lazy. So you can say he can pass this test in spite of being lazy, or despite. You can say it in one word. Okay, so despite being lazy. I know that this sentence and this structure may sound strange, but it's because you haven't got used to it. So maybe it's a new thing for you, and so it seems strange. So all new things usually seem strange. It's okay, but I think the more advanced English grammar and vocabulary practice you have, so the more actually the easier it will be for you to get used to it. You see. Well done. So 65. He can get this job despite he doesn't have enough qualifications. So it's a verb. So, or he can get this job, you can say although. You can correct it by saying he can't get this job although, yeah, although he doesn't have enough qualifications. But if you really want, or if you do want, yeah, I can say if you really want, or if you do want to use this structure with a verb, you need to use the following. So in spite of doing, or despite doing. Okay, so how will you say it? Next, I look forward to go on holiday. So it means I really want it to happen, so I really need it. But please keep in mind one thing. Look forward to doing something, okay? Look forward to doing something. Don't forget to use ing. So I look forward to going on holiday, okay? I look forward to going on holiday. Next, he is capable to do it. Okay, so it's about preposition. So what preposition do we use with capable? Please remember, capable of doing something. Capable of doing something. So you need to say he is capable. He is capable of doing it. It means that he can do it. He can do it. He can do it. Okay. Next, there is no point to take this exam. It means that we don't need it. We don't need it. So why? It means why should we take this exam? So the structure is the following. So there is no point. There is no point. There is no point in doing something. There is no point in doing something. Okay. So you should say there is no point in. Yeah, it's incorrect. It's incorrect, and you should say so. There is no point. There is no point in taking. There is no point in taking this exam again. There is no point in taking this exam again. Okay, there is no point in doing something. So it's a mistake. Well, we had no difficulty to get their permission. So it was easy for us to get their permission. So the same thing. Have difficulty doing something, yeah? But not to. So we had no difficulty getting their permission, but not to get. We need to use ing only this way. So how will you say it? Right, we had no difficulty. We had no difficulty getting their permission. We have no difficulty getting their permission. So usually this way, sometimes you can meet, so there is no point in doing something, or there is no point doing something. Sometimes you can meet without in, and sometimes you can meet in here too, okay? Have difficulty doing something, have difficulty in doing something. But anyway, ing, not to, okay? So we had no difficulty getting their permission. Next, the love is a wonderful feeling. So you know that it's a general thing. It's a general thing. It's a general thing. It means not the love of this person, not the love of these people. It means it's a general feeling, yeah? So, and you shouldn't use that. So love is a wonderful feeling. And I also remember one thing, that beauty will save the world. Beauty will save the world. Beauty will save the world, yeah? But I think that not just beauty of our body, but beauty of our soul, yeah? Beauty, okay, of our soul. Beauty of our soul, okay, you see, not just beauty of our body. Okay, some people sometimes say so. Okay, well, it's a general thing. Okay, so what is next? I chose a 2 weeks course. Okay, I see. Well, we say I chose a 2-week course. I chose a 2-week course. Next, do everyone think the same? So, do everyone think the same? You need to remember that everyone. So everyone. Okay, what else? Everybody. So no one. Sorry for my bad typing, or for my awful typing skills, but I'll work on myself. Yeah, I'll try to do it. So no one, nobody. Okay, nobody. and each. Okay, and yeah, we use it means he, she, it. It means he, she, it. If it means he, she, it, we need to use does, right? Right? Does everyone think the same? Does everyone think the same? Next, he found a lot of mistakes in his essay. Okay, a lot of mistakes in his essay. We say a lot of. It means many. It means many. A lot of. Sometimes we can use a lot. So it's before a noun. Before a noun. If you don't have a noun, you say a lot. For example, he knows a lot. He knows a lot. So if you don't have a noun, yeah. So no, if you don't have a noun. If you don't have a noun, okay. So he knows a lot or much, yeah. He knows a lot. If you don't have a noun or a lot of, so you need to say a lot of. He found a lot of mistakes in his essay. He thinks the same like me. Oh, yeah. Really, it's very important to know this structure. The same as. We say the same as. He thinks the same as me. Okay? Please use as. He thinks the same as me. Well, it's a 5 minutes walk. Okay, it's actually the same thing. I think you understand what I'm talking about. So it's a 5 minute. It's a 5 minute walk. Next, don't do it. It's harmful for your health. Well, so you should pay attention to English prepositions. And we say harmful to, okay? Harmful to. So it's harmful to your health, or it's bad. It's bad for your health. It's about harm, some negative thing, so don't do it. It's harmful to your health. Next, what was your reason to come to the party? Or why did she come to the party? Why did she come to the party? Okay, let's remember English prepositions again. So reason for something, or if you have a verb, we say reason for doing something. So what was your reason? Yeah. You say reason for coming. Reason for coming. So you need for and what and ing. Reason for coming to the party. Next, my brother works as a cooker. Yeah. You know that cooker is a thing. It isn't a profession. It's a thing, not a profession, not a profession, okay? So you cook with the help of a cooker, but if it's a profession, we say cook, yeah? So my brother works as a cook. My brother works as a cook, but you know that you have a cooker in your kitchen, so but cook is a profession, yeah? It's a profession. Okay, well done. Next, he is married with her. Well, it's about English prepositions again. We say married to, but marry someone, okay? So he is married to her. He is married to her. He is married to her, but he married her. He married her. Next, who does it belong? You know, this actually topic is really difficult and many students can't understand it. It's a real pity, okay? Who does it belong? Well, actually, some students try to see it this way. To whom does it belong? To whom does it belong? But you know that it's like, you know, from where are you? From where are you? But normally we don't ask questions this way, so we put these prepositions at the end of the sentence, at the end of the question, and as you know, we say where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Yeah, and we put to at the end of the sentence. So whom does it belong? Whom does it belong? But you know that we can use who or whom. Normally we use who, so who does it belong to? Yeah, to. We put it at the end of the sentence, okay? Who does it belong to? So this question is correct. You know that sometimes students try to memorize it, but I believe that we need to understand how we form this question, and really I tried to do it for you, and I hope that you understood it. Okay, so who does it belong to? Who does it belong to? This way. Well, so 81, what are you interested? Okay, so you also need to, and what are you keen? So you need to, actually don't forget to use dependent prepositions too. Don't forget to use dependent prepositions. Don't forget to use dependent prepositions too, okay? So I mean that, so adjectives plus certain prepositions. So you need to say, what are you interested in? We say to be interested in something. What are you keen? So what preposition do we use with keen? Keen on. What are you keen on? So it's the same. What do you like? Yeah? Simply, what do you like? Or what are you interested in? What are you keen on? What are you fond? So what preposition do we use after fond? Fond of. It means that you, what do you enjoy doing? So what do you really like? What do you really like doing something? And what is he afraid? What preposition do we use after afraid? Of. What is he afraid of? Yeah, we use dependent prepositions too in questions. Next, he succeed to pass the exam. So it's really difficult. So I think that you know such a word as success. So success is a noun, or you know successful, it's an adjective, and unsuccessful, yeah, it's okay, but it's another thing. You have another thing here. It's succeed. It's a verb. It's a verb, and you need to remember succeed in doing something. Succeed in doing something, okay? So he succeeded. So I think it's about the past, yeah? He succeeded not to pass, but in doing something. So let's correct it. So in, not to, and we use ing after the verb. So he succeeded in passing the exam. So this structure, it means that he passed the exam. So he was successful. He was successful. Well, next, succeeded in doing something. Yeah, very important phrase. What is next? She managed to get the job. So there is a phrase, managed to do something. Managed to do something. So we say managed to get a job. She managed to get a job. So what is it? It means that she could get it. She could get it. She got it. So it was difficult. It was difficult for her, but she got it. She got it, although it was difficult for her. Although it was difficult for her. Okay, she got it, although it was difficult for her. Yeah, she managed to get the job. Okay. Next, who are you with now? So who are you with now? Okay, so you see, it's present continuous if it's now, so you need to use what? ing. Who are you waiting? So you can use it with now or without now, and you also need to use a dependent preposition. So we say wait for. Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? Yes, it's about the present, so you see present continuous and for at the end of the question. Who are you waiting for? Okay, it's typical for this country. It's typical for this country. Or, yeah, you see, it's about prepositions again. So typical of, okay? So it's typical of this country, or it's typical of him. is typical of this country. Well, I am proud for your achievements, or in other words for your success, or success or good results. But it's about prepositions again. So we say proud. So what preposition do we use with proud? Proud of. Okay, I'm proud of. I'm proud of your achievements. Okay, and what's your attitude about this thing? It means what do you think? What do you think about this thing? Attitude, towards. Okay, towards. So what's your attitude towards? What's your attitude towards this thing? Okay, so it's very important to know different prepositions. So adjectives with prepositions. So what do you need to know? So adjectives plus prepositions. It's really adjectives plus prepositions. Next, verbs plus prepositions. Nouns plus prepositions. So it's very important if you want to speak English correctly. Well, I hope you understand what I mean, so let's go on. Well, so they are short in money. It means they don't have enough money. So it's about English prepositions again. So please pay attention to English prepositions and phrasal verbs. So it's very important if you want to have a strong intermediate and upper intermediate and advanced level. Okay, short of. We say they are short of money. They are short of money. They don't have enough money. Well, he's standing close from me. So you can say near me, near me. So near something, or near someone, or close to. Okay, so he's standing close to me, but not from. He's standing close to me. Well, so he put off his shoes. You know that we say take on clothes, and some students are mistaken when they think that the opposite phrasal verb is take off, but in fact it isn't. The opposite phrasal verb is put off. So put off clothes, take on clothes, the opposite phrasal verb is put off clothes. Oh, sorry, take on clothes. What? Actually, I don't know why it happened, but I was thinking about one thing, but I wrote, or I typed a completely different thing or an opposite thing, and I hope that you will follow my explanations and you got my point that we say put on. Okay, so put on clothes, yeah. Put on clothes, and the opposite phrasal verb is take off. Take off clothes. Really, it's so funny. It made me even laugh. Okay, so it take off clothes. Take off clothes. Yeah, put on clothes and take off clothes, but not put off. Yeah, so he put off. Yeah, put on. He put on his shoes, or he took off, or he took off, or he took off his shoes. Two possible ways, two opposite phrasal verbs. Okay, next, I will look at in a dictionary. Okay, so you can say look at me, so look at him, but if you want to check something in some reference materials, so you need to use a phrasal verb look up. So I will look it up. Yeah, don't forget to use up. I will look it up in a dictionary. So I'll check it there. I'll look it up in a dictionary. Well, so it didn't live up to my expectations. So if you hear it, it means that so it wasn't good enough. So you expected more, or I expected more. So for example, the show didn't live up to my expectations, so I expected more. But it's about the spelling too. Yeah. So the spelling of this word. So you know that spelling mistakes sometimes take place too. So we say live up to, like live. Yeah, where do you live? Yeah. So really, where do you live? Live up to. It didn't live up to my expectations. And look, we'll decide this problem soon. We say solve a problem. We say solve a problem, but decide to do something. Decide to do something in our mind. For example, I decided to upload, English lessons regularly. I decided, it's in my mind. Yeah, I decided to upload English lessons, English video courses regularly on this channel, English Professionally. So if you support this idea, okay? But we say solve a problem, okay? It's different. So it's about English vocabulary. It's a different thing. Well, so 97, they headed to America, okay? So we say head for, or they left for, or they went for. Oh, sorry, they went to America. So they headed for America. It means they left for America, they went to America, so it's about movement. They left Spain. They really like this country. So if they really like this country, it means that they are in Spain. So they went there, and you need to use left for, right? So if they want to go to another country, you say they left Spain, so and they went to another country. But if they are in Spain, so you can say go to or leave for. So they left for Spain. They really like this country. Well, and one more, the most difficult task, the most difficult sentence. Please concentrate. So really, I expect concentration. I never came across with this word. It's completely new for me. Okay, I can give you some time, maybe 20 seconds. I think it will be enough to spot this mistake, or to find it. Okay, please. Okay, time flies. So I think you managed to spot it. Okay, so we say come across something or someone. Yeah, without with. I think you noticed it. So I never came across this word. But the most interesting thing is that there are two mistakes in this sentence, right? So it's completely new for me. So you know that if we have never, and there is a connection with the present. If it is a connection with the present, I mean it's still true. It's still true. You need to use present perfect. You need to use present perfect. Okay. So it's completely new for me. We see it in the second sentence, and you need to say I have never, and past participle, I have never come across this word. Yeah, so it's completely new for me. Okay, thank you very much for your support. Yeah, thanks a lot. So it gives me motivation, inspiration. Yeah, so I'm full of energy, I'm full of enthusiasm, and really it gives me motivation, it gives me inspiration, it gives me energy, so it gives me power, or it gives me strength. You see, it gives me lots of positive feelings thanks to you. I'm really thankful. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye. And I wish you good progress in English. So that's why we are here. See you. Bye.